to bring you all to the current topic. We are on Unit 2 in accounts and we are doing the preparation of final accounts. Very important from your exam point of view. You'll surely have one question somewhere around 15 marks on final accounts. Final accounts are basically representation of the financial health of a business. Okay, and it is a composite of three types of accounts and statement. Under final accounts, we prepare first the trading account, which is dealing with all the direct expenses that are incurred in the production of goods. Okay, the core business activity, whatever direct expenses are incurred in undertaking the core business activity, they are entered in the trading account. So core business activity for a registered manufacturer will be manufacturing registers. Say for a soap manufacturer will be production of soaps and so on. तो उस कोर बिजनेस एक्टिविटी में जो भी डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस होते हैं प्रोडक्शन में से रिलेटेड टू परचेज ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल्स, transportation of raw materials, payment of factory rent, payment of factory electricity charges. All this will come in the trading account, and from here you get the balancing figure of either gross profit or gross loss. After this, we have the profit and loss account. Only production is not sufficient. After that, the company has to make sure that the produced goods, the finished goods are reaching the customers. Okay. And day-to-day management of the business is intact. For that, certain indirect expenses are incurred by the firm, which come under the profit and loss account. Okay, all these PPTs have been shared on the class group also, the Google Classroom, so you can access them from there. So like I gave the example of your college, the core business activity here is teaching. But to ensure that the college is running well, we have an admin staff. Okay, similarly in business, administrative activities, marketing activities, sales promotion, these all are required. So all these indirect activities come under the profit and loss account, with the debit side, that is the left hand side, showing all the expenses and losses, and the right hand side showing all the incomes and gains. तो आप फाइनल अकाउंट्स में दो अकाउंट्स बनाते हो. पहला अकाउंट होता है ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट, उससे आपको ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट ग्रॉस लॉस पता चलता है. उसके बाद आप प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट बनाते हो, जिससे आपको नेट प्रॉफिट या नेट लॉस मिलता है. एंड द थर्ड स्टेप, वी आर मूविंग इन अ प्रॉपर सीक्वेंस. फर्स्ट ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट, देन प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस, and then we move to the balance sheet. Now, balance sheet is representing the financial health of the business on the last day of the accounting period. So, generally, firms prepare their accounts on annual basis. That is, जो हमारा financial year होता है, that starts from 1st of April to the 31st of March of the next year. So, balance sheet is prepared on as on 31st March of each year. So on the left hand side, this is a statement. On the left hand side, you have all the liabilities, and on the right hand side, you have all the assets held by the business. So on this basis, we have practiced two simple questions without any kind of adjustment. Okay. Now we move to a higher level, that is preparation of final accounts with adjustments. So first and foremost, what do we mean by adjustments? Okay, now till now we know that all financial statements should have certain qualitative characteristics by applying all the relevant accounting principles. So if you have a look at the second point, accounting period principle क्या थी? That when a person is starting, when a businessman is starting with a business, they assume it to continue forever. The intention is not to close down the business. The intention is to run the business. So we say that people may come and go, but the business goes on forever. अब फॉरएवर के लिए आप वेट नहीं कर सकते फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट बनाने का. जो लाइफ होती है बिजनेस की, जो हम अज्यूम करते हो दैट इट विल बी एन इनफाइनाइट लाइफ, दैट इज डिवाइडेड इनटू पीरियड्स, into accounting periods of equal time duration, of equal duration. So a particular time period for which you are preparing the financial statements is known as the accounting period, which I told you generally is on annual basis. That is, say currently we are in this financial year, but there are big business, जो पब्लिक लिस्टेड कंपनीज होती हैं, उनमें जो बड़ी कंपनीज होती हैं, दे आल्सो डिक्लेयर देयर फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स ऑन क्वार्टरली बेसिस. तो ऑन 3 मंथ्स बेसिस भी बहुत फर्म्स अपना, या सेमी एनुअल बेसिस पर भी अपना फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स रिलीज करती हैं. बट व्हाट वी आर डूइंग इन दिस पेपर इज एवरीथिंग ऑन एनुअल बेसिस. After that, the second principle you can see is the matching principle. So matching principle very easy. एक अकाउंटिंग पीरियड में जितनी इनकम हुई है उससे रेलिवेंट, उससे रिलेटेड जो भी एक्सपेंसेस हैं, दे शुड बी रिकॉर्डेड इन दैट पीरियड ओनली. So when I say that this is my financial year, 1st April 2020 to 31st March 2021, तो बिजनेस को जो भी इनकम हुई है इस टाइम पीरियड में, उससे रिलेटेड, उस इनकम से जनरेट, उस इनकम को जनरेट करने के लिए जो भी एक्सपेंसेस इनकर हुए हैं, दे शुड आल्सो बी रिकॉर्डेड इन दिस टाइम पीरियड ओनली. Okay, now this means that these expenses are either paid fully or they might be still outstanding. Outstanding means that the expenses which have been incurred but have not yet been paid. Okay, जैसे आप ग्रोसरी वाले से कुछ आइटम्स ले आओ बट अभी तक आपने उसकी पेमेंट नहीं करी, that you have purchased on credit basis. Okay, so any expenses like these which are yet to be paid are known as outstanding expenses. So though they are related to this time period, but they have yet not been paid, so such expenses are also to be covered in this accounting period only. जो भी इस टाइम पीरियड से रिलेटेड इनकम जनरेट हुई है, उसके लिए जो भी एक्सपेंसेस इनकर हुए, चाहे वो अभी पेड हैं या नहीं पेड हैं, दे विल बी रिकॉर्डेड इन द रेलेवेंट अकाउंटिंग पीरियड ओनली. Okay, and related to this, we have done earlier also in detail, is the accrual concept. So I'll quickly just revise the accrual concept, क्योंकि अब adjustments में accrual concept आपका use होगा. Okay, so accrual concept, as I said, that you have to match all the expenses and incomes. So we quickly revise. Expenses are, और जो भी आपके जो खर्चे हो रहे हैं, एक्सपेंडिचर हो रहा है in running the business, and incomes are the basically the revenue that is generated in the business. Now very simply, अगर आपने कैश में एक्सपेंसेस पे कर दिए हैं और कैश में आपने इनकम रिसीव कर ली है ड्यूरिंग द ईयर, you can easily record it in your financial statements. All incomes are credited, that is, they appear on the right hand side of an account, and all expenses are debited, that is, they come on the left hand side of an account. Okay, the problem arises when you have some expenses that are outstanding and some expenses that are prepaid. Please pay attention carefully because this is very important adjustment which comes in final accounts. So we need to be very clear with these terms. Outstanding expenses means, say, I am yet to pay the electricity bill of my office. तो मेरा अकाउंटिंग पीरियड था 1 अप्रैल 2020 से 31 मार्च 2021, और मैं चेक करती हूँ कि जो मार्च का इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल है वो अभी तक पे नहीं हुआ. ओके, नाउ मार्च इज कमिंग इन दिस टाइम पीरियड ओनली, but the electricity bill has not yet been paid. So this becomes an outstanding expense for the business. Electricity bill of March. This is related to this time period, to this accounting year. तो ये आप रिकॉर्ड करोगे. ठीक है, इसका मतलब ये कंसिडर होगा जब हम फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं. प्रीपेड क्या होता है? प्रीपेड होता है जो आपने एडवांस में पे कर दिया है. तो आपने से 1 मार्च 2021 को इंश्योरेंस प्रीमियम पे करा है फॉर 1 ईयर. 1 ईयर इट मीन्स कि आपने कब तक का इंश्योरेंस प्रीमियम पे कर दिया? आपने 28 फरवरी 2022 तक का इंश्योरेंस प्रीमियम पे कर दिया. The relevant expense for this year is only for 1 month. The relevant insurance premium for this year is a 1 month premium. ठीक है, हमारे लिए रेलिवेंट सिर्फ मार्च का प्रीमियम है, बाकी 11 मंथ्स का आपने प्रीपे करा हुआ है. ओके, सो दिस प्रीपेड expense will be adjusted in the financial statement. Okay, because we have to match only the expenses which are relevant to the current financial year. Similarly, okay, I hope this is clear. The expense part, outstanding और prepaid का क्या मतलब होता है? There's any doubt in this, you can ask. Okay, please explain outstanding with other example. Say the salaries for March are outstanding. Say Feb and March are outstanding. Okay, अभी आपने फरवरी और मार्च 2021 की सैलरी स्टाफ को पे नहीं करी, तो आपका इस ईयर से रिलेटेड है ये खर्चा, पर 31 मार्च तक ये पे नहीं हुआ. तो चाहे ये आपने पे नहीं भी करा, फिर भी आप इसी ईयर के एक्सपेंसेस में प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में इसको एडजस्ट करोगे. Okay, so how that adjustment will take place, that I will tell you, but you need to be very clear that this is related to this financial year and hence needs to be adjusted here only. Is this making? Yes. Okay, Vivek, thank you. Okay, now similar to expenses, there might be some incomes of the business which are outstanding, which have been earned but not received at the end of the year, उसको हम फाइनेंशियल टर्म्स, अकाउंटिंग टर्म्स में बोलते हैं accrued income. Income earned but not received. Earned but not received.
Excuse me, ma'am. Just one
Yes.
quick question.
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, in the debit side, insurance premium. Let's just
Yeah.
say that we buy the insurance premium, with your example, on January this year, and then we'll continue for 12th month, for 12 months, and then my financial year will end in this year March. So I have
Yeah.
actually paid like 10 or 11 months extra prepaid.
Yeah.
That is called
Paid
prepaid.
9 months extra, 3 months का तो इसी ईयर से रिलेटेड है,
Yes, ma'am.
जनवरी फरवरी
So how
मार्च.
do we Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So how do we calculate the price or the debit side of prepaid for the month of January, March, and Feb?
सिंपल, अब अगर आपने से सिंपल एग्जांपल लेती हूँ, अगर आपने 12,000 का प्रीमियम पे करा है पूरे ईयर के लिए, तो 3 मंथ्स
Mm-hmm.
का इस ईयर के लिए कौन सा रेलिवेंट हुआ, 3,000 रुपीज.
Mm-hmm. So just we'll simply divide it by 12 and multiply by 3.
या एंड देन जो प्रीपेड, आई एक्सप्लेन दिस एडजस्टमेंट, यू आर आस्किंग मी
Okay,
अबाउट
ma'am.
द
Okay, ma'am.
वर्किंग, ओके, दैट आई
Okay,
टेक
ma'am.
अप. तो अभी हमारे लिए रेलिवेंट इस ईयर में 3,000 वाला होगा,
Mm-hmm.
और
Okay,
जो
ma'am.
9,000 हमने एडवांस पे करा होता है, क्योंकि
Mm-hmm.
पेमेंट आप कर चुके हो, तो वो
Mm-hmm.
आपके लिए एसेट बन जाता है.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so that I'll
Okay.
explain when we'll move further. Okay, just
Okay.
understand the terms very clearly right now. The
Okay, ma'am.
concept should be clear to everyone. Okay,
Okay.
so
Thank you, ma'am.
okay, beta. Okay, I was talking about the incomes. So for the business, there may be some income. Say business has a spare building that has been given on rent. तो उसका रेंट अभी 31st March तक नहीं आया. So this is something which has been earned but not received. Say rent for Feb and March, not received. So say because of COVID, the person who had taken the property on rent is not having the money to pay the amount of rent. And for Feb and March, the rent has not been received till the end of the year. Now, this rent is an income related to the current year and it needs to be adjusted here itself. Okay, how that adjustment will take place, I'll just explain you in a while, but this is something which is related to the current year, even if not received, will be recorded in this year only. This is what the accrual concept says. हम कैश बेसिस पर रिकॉर्डिंग नहीं कर रहे, हम रेलिवेंट एक्सपेंसेस और एक्सपेंडिचर्स को रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं, चाहे वो अभी तक कैश में पे या रिसीव नहीं हुए. ओके, देन इंस्टेड ऑफ प्रीपेड इनकम we use the term income received in advance. So let's take the same example. जो हमारा टेनेंट है, जनवरी का ही लेते हैं, जनवरी में ही हैज पेड द रेंट फॉर द एंटायर ईयर फॉर 1 year, so which means 1st January 2021 से 31st December 2021 का रेंट आपको पहले ही मिल चुका है. यू हैव रिसीव्ड दिस रेंट. नाउ this is income received in advance for 9 months, because 3 months rent is relevant to the current financial year, but the 9 months rent which you have received in advance is not for this financial year, so this will also be adjusted. Okay, so accrual basis means one basis of dealing is cash basis. Cash basis is very easy. You don't need any accounting expertise for that. You add all inflows in cash, you less all outflows in cash. ओके, तो प्लस कर दो जो भी कैश आ रहा है बिजनेस में, माइनस कर दो जो भी कैश जा रहा है. यू कैन प्रिपेयर योर फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट सो दैट even a layman can prepare. But proper financial statements are prepared on accrual basis. Okay, so outstanding, prepaid, accrued, income received in advance, all these terms are considered, all these items or transactions are considered when you are preparing the final accounts of the company. Okay, any doubt, any question, you can unmute yourself and ask. So this was the accrual basis, and last is going concern. Okay, now going concern is, again, as I told you, when we start a business we assume it will go on forever. Going concern, जो भी आप business की statements prepare कर रहे हो, they should be prepared with the assumption that business will go on forever. Okay, and in the bracket it is written value of assets should be shown on going concern basis. So what I'll do is, when we come to this adjustment, जहां पर आप एसेट्स की वैल्यू को डेप्रिशिएट कर रहे हो, वहां पर मैं ये कॉन्सेप्ट आपको डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन कर दूंगी. ओके, सो लेट्स मूव to the adjustments. Why are adjustments made in final accounts? Now, there may be some confusion when the accountant was preparing the final accounts, and some revenues or expenses might have been left out. या उनकी correct amount थी, that has not been put in the final accounts. So to ensure that everything is right, you are presenting a true and fair picture of the business, you will have some adjustments which will help you correct the amount of incomes and expenses. So adjustments are given outside the trial balance as additional information in the question. तो आपका क्वेश्चन जो होता है उसमें ट्रायल बैलेंस दिया होता है, उसके बाद अगर कुछ एडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन दी हुई है, दैट इज एन एडजस्टमेंट एंड दैट नीड्स टू बी rectified so as to ensure that we are making all the corrections. So in the last point you see the correction in the existing balances of revenues and expenses is known as adjustment. This is given as additional information in the question. So we will have a number of adjustments which we will be doing. I'll take up a very small adjustment right now, which is of closing stock. I have already explained that to you. So I'll just show you the question. कैसे आपको क्लोजिंग स्टॉक दिया होता है क्वेश्चन में और उसकी ट्रीटमेंट क्या होती है. So this is what a question on final accounts looks like. So this is a trial balance which is given to you, and additional information, adjustments are given outside the trial balance. तो आपको ये जो क्लोजिंग स्टॉक की इंफॉर्मेशन दी हुई है ये बाहर दी हुई है ट्रायल बैलेंस के, इसलिए दिस इज ट्रीटेड एज एन एडजस्टमेंट. ओके, तो all the entries, I repeat myself, all entries in trial balance, they will be recorded, they are recorded at one place. One place means they will come either in the trading account or in the profit and loss account or in the balance sheet. but with adjustments we have at least two places where the adjustments are made, recorded at least two places. Okay, so which can be trading plus balance sheet, profit and loss plus balance sheet. So either of the two, and they are at least recorded at two places. ये भी हो सकता है कि तीन जगह उसकी adjustment हो, ठीक है? So that depends on the nature of adjustment that is given to you. Under this, the first adjustment which we are doing is the closing stock. Closing stock, since given outside the trial balance, will come at two places. One is in the trading account on the credit side, on the right hand side, बाय क्लोजिंग स्टॉक करके आप क्लोजिंग स्टॉक को रिकॉर्ड करते हो इन दी ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट. Second place is in the balance sheet, and in the balance sheet again on the right hand side, which is the asset side, you record the amount of closing stock. तो जो आपने ये क्वेश्चन करा उसमें 10,000 का क्लोजिंग स्टॉक ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट के राइट हैंड साइड पर आएगा, और अगेन इन द बैलेंस शीट which we did also, the closing stock appears here in the trading account on the right hand side, and then in the balance sheet, I think we continued with the balance sheet here, yes. So in the balance sheet, the closing stock appeared on the right hand side under the asset side also. So this is the first adjustment which we study under final accounts.